Hey y'all, my name is Jessie Johnson and I coach spiritual entrepreneurs in building 7-figure businesses. In this video, I want to explain to you what the coaching business model is, whether or not you should consider adapting this business model in your business, and the pros and cons in making that decision.
Everything you want is already here.
So first of all, I want to be really clear, you don't have to be a coach to benefit from this video. This is a video for any entrepreneur. If you feel like you could be making more money with less effort, if you just have the sense that you're working too hard, then one of the possible solutions is to look at adapting your business model with the coaching business model. So what is this business model that I'm talking about that I'm just kind of making up this name. This is what I think of it as. The reason that this is even something that I think about and teach is because all of my clients are not coaches, but they all benefit from adapting some or all of the coaching business model. And so I want to offer this tool to help you think about how you can best leverage your expertise, time, and impact to benefit the most number of people at the highest level of integrity and depth. The coaching business model, let's just define it. The primary concept, I'm going to keep it really simple. The primary concept is that instead of trading time for money, you're creating a container inside which to hold or facilitate a change in the person that you're working with. And this is relevant whether you're a health professional, whether you work in the wellness space, whether you're a spiritual teacher, whether you work with medicine. It's kind of like if you facilitate change in your clients' lives, the coaching model is relevant to your business. Creating a container, in my mind, means time has a start and an end, right? So generally speaking, the coaching model sells packages rather than sessions, right? And that could be small packages, big packages, right? A month of sessions, a year of sessions. The key part here is that it's not just that you're putting a bunch of sessions together, it's that you're truly holding a container for full transformation. And so what that means is that you're very explicitly focused on results. Not all businesses want to take this on, right? Therapy is a brilliant example of there's still a container in therapy, but most therapists would never sell their services in a package because it's actually really important to their work to not establish an endpoint. You can be in therapy for 20 years with the same person, and that's totally normal, beneficial, fine for depending on what you're doing. But if you are really focused on getting results for your clients, holding a standard that they make change in a certain time frame, then creating a container, a package, a program that has a start point and an end point and guarantees or commits or holds the vision for a specific result to happen over the course of the work together, that's a very different container. It's a different container. The reason that most people don't do this, for those entrepreneurs that don't do it, the truth is that it's much more intense to commit to both a time frame, a person, their vision, and their results than it is to just see someone for an hour a week whenever they want to. And I want to be really clear, one is not better than another, they're different. And my argument in this video is that if you're feeling like you're working too hard, you probably are. And creating a more intense container, a more intense crucible to turn up the heat on the transformation that you're capable of holding will be better for you, better for your business, and better for your clients. So again, the coaching business model is based on just a subtle shift from trading time for money to selling a program with a set beginning and end, and a result that happens inside that container. It's slightly different, but the differences matter. And when you are selling and working in this way, you can change the way that you think about your pricing because you're committing to more than just selling your time. You're really selling the result. And when it comes to change and transformational work, the result is really all that matters. There have been times when I have gotten my money's worth from a 5-minute conversation with my coach. It didn't take the year that the program was. It didn't take a session every week for 10 years. It took 5 minutes. And so when I say yes to a program with a coach or a healer or a spiritual teacher, I'm saying yes to leaning into that commitment in myself as well. It calls forth a different level of agency, commitment, and, to be honest, like agency in your clients, because they are also committing to that time frame. They are also committing to the result. Your first opportunity is to inquire, is the coaching business model right for you? Again, I want to remind you, this doesn't mean that you have to choose to become a coach. It just means, are you interested in selling your results rather than your time? Are you interested in making a deeper commitment to your clients, both in terms of time, that you are creating a beginning and an ending to your container, and also in terms of the commitment to the result? Accountability, really, yours and theirs. The level of integrity that's required to do this is not insignificant. It's important that you be prepared. You know, if you say yes to a container and really holding that container, you're going to be called to follow through. So it's important that you take this decision seriously. And if this is the direction that you want to go, I'm here to support you in doing it. It's a fantastic business model. It works really, really well. It's very, very streamlining and powerful for everyone that I know that works with it. And it's not just coaches. So let me give you an example of a client of mine who adapted his business to use the coaching business model. He's got an interesting story because he actually was a certified coach when we met. And he decided, as a result of our first work together, that he didn't want to coach anymore. That was kind of like his big breakthrough, was realizing that coaching didn't make him happy. That wasn't where his real joy and passion was. And so he left coaching behind and built this new business. And in the new business, he believed, because it wasn't a coaching business, that he needed to sell differently, he needed to work differently, he needed to market differently. And so he kind of threw out the baby with the bathwater of his coaching business and started from scratch. And we spent 6 months working on this, him really trying to develop this new methodology and really not wanting to go back and integrate the coaching work because it was so closely tethered to his association to being a coach. His breakthrough happened towards the end of those 6 months of work together when he allowed himself to bring back his expertise as a coach, specifically in his sales. He started using the sales model that I teach, which is an improvisational score, right? It's not a script. It's really about results. It's about helping people make commitment to change. It's about facilitating clarity. And this client knew how to do that already. He had just, it took a while for him to be willing to apply that skill set into his new business. When he did, literally overnight, it transformed everything. And he started making $20,000 per month consistently because he was bringing true joy and service to his sales conversations. It dramatically shifted how he was approaching the business. And I want to give you a little mental model for what he did, because I use this regularly and I think it's really helpful. This is what I call the brain model. The idea is that you've got this is not literal, okay, but we're just using the brain model. So you've got your 2 hemispheres of your brain in the model, and your old mastery is in one. And let's just say that this mastery is so full, right? This was my client as a coach and as a salesperson in his coaching business. He was incredibly powerful. This was his new mastery. This is what he wanted to develop. And his experience was that this was starting from scratch. It was like he was just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. And so our work was to help him shift, not to fill this up from scratch, but to simply build one neural bridge, just one neural network to connect this to this, and boom, This filled up literally overnight. It happened immediately for him. It's really important that you trust and recognize that whatever your old mastery is, whether it's as a coach or something else, is available to you in your new domain. This is a learning principle, right? Teacher hat on. So this is really important to bring in. This new mastery, whatever it is for you, can be really easy. It can happen very quickly. So for him in his business, the big shift was also understanding that he was selling and facilitating transformation. He wasn't selling time. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts that I see entrepreneurs struggle with. We're so acculturated to selling time, trading time for money. That's the middle class mindset. And shifting from that to really focusing on results is so dramatic for most people. It's hard to wrap your head around. This is the final piece, because when you start shifting your mindset, you will also be shifting the mindset that you're attracting in your clients, and you'll be shifting the mindset that you're calling forth in your clients. So from a focus on time for money to a focus on result. I think this is one of the most powerful and helpful principles that I can offer you. I hope that you guys have really gotten a lot out of this. And it's just the tip of the iceberg, which is why I am releasing videos on sales specifically for spiritual entrepreneurs every week on YouTube. We have created a playlist of all of these videos so you can totally binge watch, geek out, get all the support that you need around sales. And we will put that link to the playlist in the description box below. Let us know what's landing. I read all your comments. I want to know what's helpful. What questions do you still have? Where are you getting stuck? Let us know how we can help. And we'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the journey.
Everything you want is already